Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, my dear adorable family, and the best of the writers of the world. First of all, let me express our happiness on behalf of the administration that after we started off the web magazine Bharat Vision, we are able to monitor the number of countries that visit the website, because being our web magazine, obviously all the members who comes to motivational step also makes it a habit to visit Bharat Vision website. So we have something called the flag counter, which is there in the website. I'm sure all of you would see the same when you scroll down the web page of Bharat Vision. So our web magazine is not only giving a lot of delight to all the writers across the globe by getting their works exhibited on a larger scale in the internet, but it's also giving us vital statistics, which is very important in terms of our progression and growth as an international writers forum, which is one of the world's best writers forum today. So motivational strips gets a lot of data through Bharat Mission flag counter, because the flag counters will show us the exact number of countries which visits the website. So for example, if today one particular country has visited which has never visited in the past, it will show as an additional flag count for us. I'm really surprised that 3 days back I had mentioned to all of you that we have writers from 152 countries. So you can imagine, total the world has 195 countries. In that we are having access and exposure to up to 152 countries. Now, who is gaining from all this? Is it motivational strips which is gaining from all this? No. The entire gain goes to the writers who takes selfless time to exhibit their beautiful, vibrant poetries and articles and essays and quotes. Because what happens is, when you are exhibiting your literary talent, the magic of the word art, it is being spread across to all these countries. Now, in this juncture, I would like to speak upon certain very important factors which each and every of you as a writer should know. Please understand that when it comes to a correlation with an international fraternity of poets and writers, the competency level might not be at par with what you have been garnering in the regional level. Because when you are going to be on an international front, it is much more advanced, it is much more versatile, it is much more unique, and it has a lot of innovation from a regional level of writing. So it's very important that regional writers should break the boundaries and get into more of international forums like motivational strips, like World Nation Writers Union, How to Write for Success, and all those quality forums which are a part of motivational strips or the unions. The advantage what you get by moving out from the regional forums and getting into the international forays, it's like, when you keep an aquarium at your home, you have a limited number of fishes inside the aquarium. You don't have all the kinds of species which you get in the ocean. But when you do snorkeling or scuba diving, you get to see a lot of colorful fishes. That's because you're inside the ocean, you're inside the sea. So what happens is, psychologically, the regional writers, who are within a level of a pond, they will find it difficult to cope up with the competency level of international standards. Because when it comes to international standards in poetry and literature in general, it will be far advanced than a regional level. Now, here is the question, which is a choice for you. If you decide to remain within the walls of a regional writing level, how do you progress as a writer? If you are here to learn poetry, or if you are here to share poetry, it is very important that you start diving into the international foray. You might fail in the beginning, but gradually, once you start interacting on a personal note, on a personal friend, or with the script, you will start getting those kinds of positive vibes which are of international standards. And those positive vibes which you get through interactions with international writers, those enhance your standards from that level of competency which is on within a regional level to that level of competency where you start understanding a global voice in your literary scripts. Any best writers in the world, they will not keep themselves slaved within the four corners of a regional thought, because the moment a writer thinks the borders of a region and never thinks beyond that on a broader front about the other countries, about other nationalities, about other ways of writing, that means that person is always not willing to jump from that particular pond to the wide sea. How does literature develop? How does literature innovate? Literature innovates, literature develops when you get more avenues for learning. And the way you get more avenues for learning is when you leave yourself from the regional standards, you get into the international standards. For example, like motivational steps has 152 countries, writers from 152 countries. Imagine these are like 152 prestigious, valued, holy temples of education for all of you to develop as better writers and better literary icons. So we are working here in the administration selflessly to make sure that all of you get the best of exposure internationally. The standards are very high. I'm telling you in advance, the standards of international will be much, much higher than the regional standards. But if you have that ambition to develop your writing acumen and your precision with the pen, then you have to come out of that regional slavery into a world which is an open ocean for you to get more exposure, more interaction. Now here I would like to come across with another very important thing. Do you know that the words can speak to you? Okay, now all of you will be wondering, how does words speak to you? The moment when you see a fellow writer writing, when you start encouraging those words, you should understand that when you communicate with those words, like in terms of saying that the script has been written well, or this particular stanza is done very well, or I really liked your poetry, what happens is you're trying to build a rapport with the words of that writer. So if you start ignoring any kind of exceptional script of a writer just because he doesn't belong to your region or to your border or to your boundary, you're actually moving further away from an ability to communicate with beautiful scripts. Please understand one thing. When it comes to writing, everybody's level need not be the common level. There will be some novice beginners, there will be some moderate writers, there will be some advanced writers, there will be some scholars, there will be some expertise in writing. So if you feel that somebody is above your level of writing, because of your personal embarrassment, because of your personal shyness, because you feel that you will be let down in this world, if you don't try to encourage or give a bit of appreciation to those superior scripts, you're actually not communicating with words. The way you communicate with the advanced words, that much you're getting exposure to those scripts. Because what happens is, everything as a human being, what you do in life gets registered in your subconscious mind. For example, if Mr. John has written a beautiful poem, but you are feeling a little bit difficult to go and encourage and say or put a like on that particular post and say, John, you have written beautifully, just because of the reason you will feel that you are on a backstage and John is on an advanced stage. Here what you're doing is you're cutting off your relation with better words, with a better script. This is why I keep hammering you as the founder of motivational strips to make sure that you encourage any kinds of levels of writing what you see, especially the superior writing of yours. I mean, a superior writing which is far better than yours, if you don't encourage, if you don't respect that, if you don't give value to that, how will those words communicate to your subconscious mind? It's impossible. So please understand that you have to move out of your regional slavery. This is what I would actually call slavery, because you're being enslaved to a particular small niche which you are not getting exposure beyond that. So the moment you decide to move out of your boundaries, cutting off all kinds of boundaries and learning to respect superior scripts, novice beginner, in every levels of writing, that much communication you're doing to your subconscious mind through those scripts. So it becomes vital that your first and foremost importance to develop as a great writer, to make sure your precision in writing and your maturity in your content what you write, you have to do the communication with superior scripts on a regular basis. And how do you do communication with your superior script? Just by reading it, it is not going to stay in your subconscious mind. When you try to encourage over there, you're trying to trigger off your importance of your subconscious mind to that particular script, which indirectly rebounds back as a boomerang, getting registered in your subconscious mind. So whenever you also decide to write something, you will understand that this is supposed to be of that standard. That's how you develop. Even I have developed that way. So it becomes very important that do not keep ego, do not keep envy, do not keep anger, do not keep any kinds of regional obstacles, do not get into any kinds of politics. Keep your mind at free will, keep your inner peace vibrant, and do that communication with any levels of scripts which is above yours, also below yours, because sometimes what happens is the novice beginner has also something to teach you. So this was the message for the day. So remember one thing before I close this talk with all of you. Words can talk to you if you learn to talk to the words. Thank you so much. Love you all. Bye.